I'm Tina and I'm going to be the host of TNT Crochet Hookers Where Knit Happens. I know it kind of seems like a pun, but there's a reason why. TNT is for me and my husband, Tim and Tina. Everyone, whenever they meet us, they realize, oh, Tim and Tina, TNT. So we've always kind of gone with that. It's my husband who actually convinced me to do this show because I think he's crazy. I don't know if there's really anything I have to say that anyone's going to ever want to hear, but there's kind of another reason why I'm doing this. I have 3 wonderful daughters, and like most of you out there, you've probably gone through trials and tribulations, medically, mentally, physically, emotionally. Well, my family has too. And when I told my daughters about this, I was like, your dad's crazy. He wants me to join start a YouTube channel. What the heck is he thinking? Well, my daughter, my youngest especially, was like, well, Mom, I think it's kind of neat because at some point, because I'm not the healthiest person, my husband always says I'm the strongest person he knows with the weakest body, but she said, we'd have something kind of neat to remember you by. So really, it's my love of knitting, crocheting. I mostly focus on those things, but it's about leaving something behind for my family too, so that if, God forbid, God sends me home, I will still be here for them. Through my wackiness, my craziness, I will tell you right now, I'm going to try very hard to make this clean and not accidentally, beep beep at all, but again, I'm human, we're all human, we make mistakes, and we learn from them. So, as some of the podcasters or vloggers say, no judging, because there's plenty probably to judge here. But, so, let me get started. I'm Tina, like I said, and this is TNT Crochet Hookers, where knit happens, and the knit happens is because I do love knitting, and I started knitting first several years ago because I have 2 older daughters. They are both left-handed, and they were like, I want to learn how to knit. But there really wasn't anything, like all the classes were for right-handed and stuff, so it's kind of weird, but I'm a righty who knits left-handed. But I do crochet right-handed, and my daughters crochet right-handed. So I have 3 daughters. I'm going to use their nicknames because I don't know if they want to be known as anything but their nicknames. So I have my oldest, who's Christy, my middle daughter is May, and my youngest daughter is Lil. They are all adults. They've all grown up. I've been the mom, didn't stay at home. I'm actually a full-time employee right now. Love my job. It's not the easiest in the world, but I do love it. But what I love even more is taking the time out and making stuff. So here are some of the things that I've done as of yet. I do love Knit Crate, so I will be talking about Knit Crate more, but this is just a brief little thing of what I've kind of done lately, just mostly in the past 6 months or so. I'm not a fast knitter. I'm slow as heck, let me tell you. But I don't think it's about the speed. I think it's just about having fun. I think it's about the relaxation. For me, my daughter, my youngest, did a lot of sports. She was very much into volleyball. And I love sports, but I'm a very vocal cheerer. And so what kept me calm was knitting or crocheting. So my husband would always sit there when I was getting like, come on, and everything. He would sit there and go, Tina, just keep on knitting, if I didn't agree with the referee, and I would, like all the other parents, start voicing my opinion. He would sit there, up, come on, start knitting, start crocheting, and it did calm me down. So I do truly believe that, as Zelda says, yarn is life, because it does help us as far as stress to get through some of those crazy moments, whether it's a joyful or a sporting event. I knit and crochet just about anywhere. Here's one of my sweaters that I just finished. I wanted to do an ugly Christmas sweater, but then I looked at this when it was done and I said, well, maybe not a not so ugly Christmas sweater. It's just a granny stitch. I'm probably going to get better at this and be able to tell you like the yarn and different things like that, but right now, you know what? I don't have a clue what I'm doing. So, I am from Stafford, Virginia in the United States. Just in case my kids in the future forget, you know, hey, where did Grandma live? Yeah, that's where. But I don't go by Grandma, I actually go by Mimi. The things that I probably will be just kind of talking about and trying to get myself focused, like many other vloggers, I have a tendency to have a lot of whips. My husband has this joke too. I love yarn. It doesn't matter the yarn. Right now I'm working on this little lacy shawl. It's really ornate. It's super easy to do, but it is that really thin yarn, that lacy yarn. But I'm also working on some DK yarn, and this is kind of a very flamboyant project that I'm working on right now. But once I'm done with it, I'll show you. Right now it's still in the kind of very unfinished process, so again, I'll show you that later on. I like working with just Red Heart. I like every yarn. And because of that, my husband says I need to start a group called Yarns Anonymous. But he never gives me a hard time about my yarn, even though you would think he would, because man, I have an addiction. I'll admit it. Let's all stand and say our names and admit that we are addicted to yarn. But it's beautiful, it's lovely, it's soft, it comes in so many different sizes, styles, flavors, scents, smells. It's wonderful. And some of the other techniques that I have been trying to start teaching myself to do is Tunisian. And I was definitely afraid for the longest time to even think of doing Tunisian, but it's really a lot of fun. I'm actually really enjoying it. This is the simple stitch, and then I have started the knit. My next goal is to learn how to do purl, and then start doing some of these other ones. I've got a couple of books that I'm going to start looking at and trying to figure out some stuff. Man, I am sweating like a big old beaver right now, because let me tell you, this is nerve-wracking. I don't know how you women do this and men, you know, Stout and a couple of the other gentlemen, Mikey, you know, I don't know how all you do this, because I am really just like stressing. But again, I'm doing this also because I really just want something to leave behind. I'd really love to get to know other people who love yarn. I like to do this. Their Cinnamon Stitches is actually right down the road, about a couple of towns away from me, but again, I work, so I don't really have the ability to join any yarn clubs or anything, because I kind of have some funky hours. So I'm kind of hoping to get connected with some other people. But and then of course, Seta, you left us. You left Virginia. I don't know what you were thinking, but I'm loving your adventure. It's been so amazing. And I know, you know, Billy, the Floridian crafter, you're going to hate the fact that my podcast name is so freaking long. But again, I apologize for that. The knitting, again, is, I've done a combination of both, and I'm more proficient with crochet, but I really love also knitting. I think it's such a beautiful art as well, and I do find all this to be art. My kids know that I am desperate to learn how to knit socks, and I am in the middle of one set, but oh, it's looking mangled. So you will see the bad, the good, and the ugly, because let me tell you, I picked the wrong color, I picked the wrong style, everything. But I figured, hey, it'll be my first set of socks that are done. I'm hoping that by doing the podcast, it'll keep me on track. It'll get me to not do so many starting projects and leaving behind. I'm going to have a funny one in the beginning, like at probably my next podcast that I want to tell you about. Did we ever start off with one project? And it's kind of the project that never ends. Well, I have one of those, and it is crazy. My family, extended family, know about this. I have knitted for my family. That's pretty much it. I don't do craft fairs or anything like that. Typically because, like I said, I'm slow. I can crochet and knit, but I am slow. So I'm hoping that this will be something that my kids can enjoy, laugh at, and think I'm just silly as all heck. My grandson maybe think it'll be funny. I'm sure I'm going to make a lot of mistakes in this process, but you know, I hope you want to come and join. You know, oh, and if you'd like, you can hit the button, hit subscribe. Right next to that, you'll see a bell. You can click on the bell, and bell will actually give you options. Click on the top part bell with the little parentheses, and that'll tell you, you know, that'll notify you when I do post something. Hopefully I'll be posting 3 videos right away. One of the things that I'm really interested in, and one of the things that I love watching on YouTube, is Advent calendars. So I'm going to be doing a whole series on Advent calendars. My daughters have gotten me a few. I've purchased a few. I just think that surprise yarn like that is pretty amazing. I am a knit crate. I have a knit crate love. So I probably won't be showing a lot of those unless I have finished projects, because I know a lot of the women that I watch, they're members of Knit Crate too, and I think they are amazing. So I'm going to boast about Knit Crate, but I may not do like the reveal boxes, because I feel like a lot of people do it and I don't want to bore anyone. And my kids see it here already, so they already see me open it and get all excited. Then let me think of what else, but I do have something that Knit Crate did for me, and I'm not sponsored by anyone at all. All my crazy yaw is sponsored by my husband and myself. So, you know, and nor am I interested in doing anything like that. I just want to enjoy what I'm doing, talk about it with y'all, and hopefully maybe connect with some people. My dreams are to go to Edinburgh. I would love to do that. I would love to do Yarndale, Rhinebeck sometime. You know, bucket list things. I will be dragging my husband along to them because, you know, hey, I got to take someone. I think my daughter, though, my oldest daughter, Chrissy, she's really getting into crochet. She's really fast. It kind of annoys me. But she's actually finishing this same project. Now, maybe I'll have her as a guest star so that she can kind of show hers, too. But she only just started crocheting maybe a month ago. She's already done a poncho, and she's almost done with this project here. She did one that was in purple. This is cotton, and so, you know, it was fairly easy to work with, and she really loved it, and she's just about done. So like I said, she can be a little bit annoying. Just started. I've been doing this for years, and she's just whipping it out like it's nothing. Maybe she should be the podcaster. Who knows? We'll have to see. But thank you for spending time with me. I don't want to have this be too long. I feel like I'm just going on and on, but stay tuned. Let's see what explodes for us, and because you know, TNT, it's dynamite, and it drives my kids nuts, but I always say me and my husband together are dynamite. He's my film person because I don't know how to do it. So stay tuned for next time. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.